Hi guys, welcome to Small Farmer Life. Hope you're all having an awesome day. It's a little bit chilly in the studio today, but today guys we're going to talk about easy barrier to entry farming operations. Now you might already be farming something, and these things you can add to your farming operations that you've already got going, or you might just choose to do one of these things I'm going to talk about. Now some people have made millions of some of the things I'm going to talk about in this video. But before we get into the video, guys, if you like the video at the end of the video, think about giving the video a like. If you want to subscribe, and you should subscribe, think about hitting that subscribe button. If you want to be notified of upcoming videos, hit the bell button. Go back, check out some of the videos I've already uploaded to the channel. There's lots of useful information in those videos, especially if you're just starting out buying land and you want to start a farm. Go back, check out those videos. So let's get into the video and talk about some of these things you can farm on their own, or you can add to an already existing farming operation. Now, some of these things I've talked about in other videos, but there's lots of things that I'm going to talk about which are easy to start and wouldn't cost the earth. They'll cost a couple of quid, some of them, and some of them might cost a couple of £100, but none of them will cost the earth, that's for sure. So first things first, microgreens. Now I spoke about these in other videos. It's a really cheap barrier to entry to get into these things. They grow really quickly and they sell to lots of different types of people. People who are into healthy shakes, deli shops, all sorts of other places. You can have an online store. There's just so many places you can sell microgreens, and they sell for a really good price, especially if they're really fresh. Restaurants love them as garnishes and that sort of thing. So honestly guys, try out microgreens. You won't regret it, and you'll make a canny few quid doing it. And like I say, it doesn't cost much to get started. Next thing, speciality mushrooms. Lion's mane, portobello, shiitake. You can sell them fresh, you can sell them dried, you can sell them to restaurants, local deli shops. You can have an online store, which is really important. Having an online presence is really important, and it shows the customers that you're going to be selling them to that you're really serious about what you're doing, and you can show them exactly how you're going to be growing the produce that you're going to be selling them. So honestly guys, think about mushrooms, specialty mushrooms. You can buy them in the supermarket. Other things you can sell guys, salad greens. Start permaculture, and honestly guys, you can grow lots of salad greens. Lots of salad greens that are really fresh. You can't get them from the supermarket. Some you can, but some you can't. You can do salad mix bags. People who like green shakes love these salad green bags. And also try breeding pure breed chickens. Now I breed pure breed chickens, and you can make good profit off just a batch of 6 eggs. You can sell the fertile hatching eggs, you can sell the chicks, you can sell point of lay hens, you can sell all sorts of products that go with chickens. So you can find suppliers online who sell all sorts of chicken paraphernalia, wholesale prices. You can add those to the chickens that you sell. And also pure breed ducks. Ducks sell really well, mandarin ducks, all sorts of other fancy ducks, and the same goes for them. You can sell fertile hatching eggs, you can sell the chicks, you can sell full grown ducks, and they do really sell well. And honestly guys, I get phone calls all the time for fertile hatching eggs, and I've sent out 20 boxes in a day, and I've made £14 per box. And I'm presuming with the feed prices going up as they are, that you could raise the price of those eggs also. So think about those sorts of things. Breeding pure breed hens and breeding pure breed ducks. You can do both of those. If you've got a pond on your land, even better. When it comes to selling fertile chicken eggs and fertile duck eggs, you can sell them on Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, Pre-Loved. There's loads of online sites, free selling sites that you can sell them on. You can sell them on eBay. The fees are minimal, and it's not going to eat into your profit margins, and it's one of the best places to sell fertile hatching eggs, honestly guys. But try all the free ad sites, Gumtree, Pre-Loved, and all the other free sites you can find, Facebook Marketplace. You can even set up a Facebook page, and you'll be surprised how great photographs of your point of lay hens and your ducks will make a difference to selling them compared to the people who just take pictures of the chickens out on the fields. Honestly guys, try pure breed hens and pure breed ducks. They sell really well and people are always looking for new types of breeds. But like I've said in other videos, stick to the best selling breeds: Buff Sussex, Light Sussex, Rhode Islands, not the fancy breeds. You can sell fancy breeds, but at the end of the day, you won't sell as many as you would if you were selling Buff Sussex and Light Sussex and those sorts of breeds. So guys, think about adding pure breed hens and pure breed ducks to your farming operations. It doesn't cost much, and you can also hotel chickens for when people go away on holidays. They want somebody to man the chickens, and if you can build a few chicken coops where you can house 3 hens or so, you can charge around about £50 a week just to hotel those chickens. Honestly guys, and I'm presuming the same will go for ducks, because people, they don't want to leave them with people who have no idea how to look after chickens or ducks. So think about that guys. If you're already farming, add pure breed chickens, add pure breed ducks, and you'll be surprised how good the eggs actually sell. Not only the eggs, but the chicks and the pointy lay hens also. Another good bird to breed, guys, is quails. Quail farms can do really well. I watched a documentary where there was a guy who was a Michelin chef, quit his job and went into quail farming, and he made a fortune. Quails breed really well, and if you have the right setup, the quails will be really happy. And also you can sell the eggs for salads and all that sort of stuff to restaurants. Restaurants love little quail eggs, so they can add them to the salads. And once you get into the restaurants with the quail eggs, you can sell them the microgreens, you can sell them all the salad greens that you grow. So there's lots of opportunities. As long as you advertise, you've got a website, and advertise everything that you're selling on the website, you'll be surprised how good a website will help you and your business. If you go and take a look on my website, ukpoultry.co.uk, you'll see the pictures of my hens. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can see how I take pictures of my hens and how I show my hens off to the public. And believe it or not, I get lots and lots of orders from that website. Another thing guys, if you've got a pond on site, sell koi fish. Now koi fish will lay around about 400,000 eggs, so that's 400,000 fry, and you can sell around about 500 fry for £100. And when you work that out, that's a lot of money, around about 80k for one batch of fry from good quality stock koi. So if you've got a pond on site, then start breeding koi. You can raise the fry in IBC tanks or big water tanks that you can buy cheap off Facebook Marketplace from farms. It's a really good business to get into, and you can also make your own pumps and filtration systems. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that sort of stuff, as long as you keep the fry healthy. And the bigger the fry grow, the more you get for the koi themselves. So you can get like an inch long koi and you can sell 3 of them for a tenner each. So koi is a really good business to get into, and I'm thinking about getting into koi, breeding koi and that sort of thing. Honestly guys, try that out. Like I say, you can add any of these things to any farmer operation you've already got going. It's a really good thing to do, and it's a profitable thing to do. Now, talking about koi, also think about breeding and selling pond plants. Lilies, marginals, oxygenating plants, they grow really fast, and you can split rhizomes from lilies and grow them, and before you know it, you'll have loads of lilies. And lilies, pond lilies, are really expensive when you go to a pond supplier. All sorts of pond plants are really expensive. I've spent around about £150 on pond plants for my pond this year, and you can't even tell there's any pond plants there. But I'm hoping in the summer that there'll be loads there, and I'll be taking cuttings from them and I'll be selling them to other pond keepers around the local area. So think about that, selling pond plants. It's not hard to do, it's not hard to dig a pond. And if you've got a polytunnel, you can put IBC tanks in that polytunnel and raise your koi in there and your pond plants at the same time. The pond plants will eat up all the nitrogen that the koi give off, the koi fry give off, and the pond plants will grow really well. It's not hard to grow pond plants. Think about growing pond plants alongside the koi that you might be breeding. Honestly, these things are really great to add towards any farm and any other farming operation you've got, and they're really easy to start off. You only need to buy 1,000 fry, and before you know it, you'll be able to start breeding them. There's lots of videos on YouTube how to breed koi, and before you know it, you'll be breeding them and you'll be selling them by the thousands, and lots of people will get to know. And if you're the only one in the area selling those types of koi and those koi fry, well, people will come to you. Another thing you should add to your farm, guys, is logging. Now, my next door neighbour is a tree surgeon, and the guy down the road, he gets all the logs off this tree surgeon. He has got about half an acre full of hardwood logs, softwood logs. He leaves them dry out, he splits them, and he can sell them for £150 for a dumpy bag full. And if you've got the space on your farm, if you know a few tree surgeons, not all tree surgeons sell the logs. They just want to get rid of them on that day. Not only that, they'll supply you with a lot of chippings. You can sell the chippings also to gardeners, landscapers, or maybe they've got an allotment and they want wood chip paths. So all of these things can be added to standard farms that you might be doing something else on, whatever animals you might be raising. These things can be added and extra cash can be made from just simple little things like these. Now, this one might put some people off, but raising maggots can honestly be lucrative. Raising maggots and worms, fishermen want them. You can feed chickens with them. They're used for animal feed because they've got massive amounts of protein in them, and they're not hard to breed. All you need is some oats in the bottom of a bucket, some newspaper, a little bit of meat, and a couple of holes in the lid of the bin that you're using, or bucket, whatever it might be. Flies will get in there, and before you know it, you'll have plenty of maggots. You get them out, you dry them out with a little bit of sawdust. You can dye them. You can go around to all the local fishing tackle shops, or you can advertise them on Facebook Marketplace so local fishermen can see that you're selling the maggots. And if you offer local delivery, well, they'll order pints from you. You can sell them in a pint, half pint, gallons. You can sell them for good money also, and it's not a hard business to get into, honestly, guys. And the next thing I want to talk about, which might put some people off, is breeding mice. Now, lots of reptile owners want mice to feed to the reptiles, and mice breed really well. So a female mouse can have about 60 pups a year, and if you've got 100, 200 mice all breeding at the same time, and they can interbreed and that sort of thing, you can sell those mice to reptile owners, to people who own birds of prey. Mice can be really good sellers. And some people have become multi-millionaires of selling mice to reptile owners. Now, you will need an online store, but you can sell them through Pre-Loved, Gumtree, eBay and that sort of thing. But most of these things need an online store, and the easiest online store to use is Shopify, because all the back-end stuff is done for you. And I'll leave a link in the description so you can sign up for Shopify. I think you'll get a discount, or you'll get a couple of months free. But honestly, guys, it's not hard to set up an online store, and that's what every farm needs in this day and age, because if you can't sell online, then you're waiting for people to come to your farm, and that's not what you want. You want to be able to package things up, post them out, get the delivery service to come, collect all the boxes that you want to send out in that one day. And if you're doing maggots, mice, and you're selling fertile hatching eggs and all that sort of stuff at the same time, well, you'll have a lot of stuff to send out in one day. Honestly, guys, try that sort of stuff. Other things, guys, you can do: breed rabbits. Rabbits you can sell really well, honestly. Floppy-eared rabbits. You can have a pet and rabbit zoo where people come and pet rabbits. You can take them to schools and show them off at schools. Schools will pay you to take them to the schools. And honestly, you can sell them for good money if you pick the right breeds. It's all about picking the right breeds and finding the right way to sell them. And like I've said, having an online store, it'll be easier to sell those rabbits than it would be if people are coming to your farm. Now, the online store might get them to know where your farm is, and they might want to come to your farm and pick a rabbit from your farm. You can breed rabbits, you can have a rabbit petting farm, you can take them to schools so kids can pet them, you can take them to old people's homes. Mental health and animals go really well together. Think about these sorts of things and adding these sorts of things to your farm and your farming operation. Honestly guys, they're not expensive to set up. You can build rabbit hutches for around about £20 each, and if you get reclaimed wood and wire, then you'll be setting it up for next to nothing. Honestly guys, rabbits breed like rabbits, and there's lots of different types out there. Really large rabbits, floppy-eared rabbits, miniature rabbits, and all those sorts of rabbits will make your business look really cool, and you'll make money from them. And if you're doing one or two or even several of those things that I mentioned in this video, then if one's not making money, the other one will. And that's what you want to be looking at, consistently bringing in an income, whether it's by taking rabbits to an old people's home or selling dead mice to reptile owners or breeding maggots to sell to fishermen and also chicken keepers and those sorts of people, because chickens love maggots. Another good thing to set up if you've got the space is a dog exercise area. If you can set up a dog exercise area with a 6-foot fence so the dogs can't get out, dog walkers will use it, dog owners will use it, so the dog gets stimulated a lot more and they can rent out that space just for their dog alone. Or if the dog gets on with other dogs, then the dogs can play with the other dogs in that area. You can have those tunnels where the dogs run through. You can have a little mini assault course where the dogs can be running around, enjoying themselves, and the owners will really, really like it. And once you've got the owners coming, they'll come back again and again and again. And that brings me to my next one, dog kenneling. Because the guy over the road who started cutting dogs fair is now a doggy hotel. He walks the dogs. They have a massive dog kenneling business where they'll keep the dogs when the people go on holiday. And it's a really, really nice place. And they've got the right to live on that land. And that's another thing, guys. If you set up a lot of these things, it's going to get you the right to stay on that land and live on that land when you've bought the land, because you've got so much to do that there's no way you could be nipping here and there, delivering things, going back home to have your lunch, going back home to have your tea, coming back to the farm. So it's going to get you the right to live on the farm if you're doing multiple things, what I'm talking about in this video. You can also think about starting a cattery. A cattery is just as good as having a dog kenneling business. People have cats and people go on holiday and they want their cats looked after. And if you've got a place where you can keep their cats healthy and safe, then they'll use you. And if there's no one in the area that is doing what you want to do with a cattery, then your quid's in. Honestly, guys, people love cats just as much as they love dogs. So have a think about that one also, guys. And believe it or not, you get a couple of quid for looking after a cat for a week. All you've got to do is feed it, leave it out in a little play area, maybe give it a little bit of love and attention, and before you know it, the owner will be back, pick the cat up, they'll be happy with you for looking after the cat, and any other time they go away, they'll be back to you to drop the cat off. And honestly, guys, it's a lucrative business to be in. There's a cattery just up the road from me, and theirs is massive, honestly. Things I've talked about in other videos: start a wood shop, make wood products, dog kennels, rabbit cages, bed tables, bed boxes, owl boxes, all of those sorts of things sell really well. And you can make so much stuff that you can definitely start an online store and sell them from your farm also. Now, if you're breeding rabbits and you're making rabbit hutches, when someone comes to buy a rabbit, they'll buy a rabbit hutch from you also. And if you can find someone who will sell you the feed at wholesale prices, they'll buy the feed from you as well. So these things all go together, and that's what building a farm up means. It's not like you're building a farm that's going to be raising cows and sheep, because I guarantee any of these things I'm mentioning in this video will make you a hell of a lot more money than raising and rearing cows and sheep. That's for sure. And once you've got your farm up and running, you can start smallholding courses, you can have chicken keeping courses, you can have rabbit keeping courses. There's lots of courses you can complete once you've got your farm set up and you've got all your animals in the right places if it looks nice, neat and tidy, people will respect your farm and they will tell their friends that your farm is in mint condition, it's well looked after, and they look after the animals really well. And if you want to learn how to keep chickens, I suggest you go and check out this farm. It's 50 quid for a course, half a day course. Honestly guys, when you look online for chicken keeping courses, you'll see that the majority of them are booked out. Whichever time of the year you want to do your courses, I guarantee you'll have plenty of people wanting to take those courses. Another thing guys, try a petting zoo. And when I say petting zoo, I'm not talking about cows and sheep. I'm talking about goats, rabbits, chickens, sheep, ducks, all those sorts of animals that people can actually hold, stroke and that sort of thing. You can charge a few quid, they'll turn up as a family unit, and before long guys, honestly, they'll be spreading the word around and you'll have a small petting farm wherever you might be. If there's not one local to you, then I guarantee you will get customers, no problem. And you can charge around about £10-20 entry, and if you're open all week or just on weekends, you'll make a decent amount of money. And remember guys, you only have to make £18,000 a year, the average wage of one rural worker, and that'll get you the right to build a house on your land. Now, if you've got lots of land, try planting Christmas trees, because every year a Christmas tree grows, it adds value. It's like money grown on trees, literally, and you can get a hell of a lot of Christmas trees on 1 acre of land. So if you're thinking about growing trees, try Christmas trees. You can sell them at the farm entrance, or you can take them to local garages and sell them on the forecourt of local garages and garden centres. Christmas trees are a really good tree to grow, and like I say, every year they grow, it's money grown on trees. So have a think about that one as well guys. And if you've got green fingers, set up a few polytunnels and grow bedding plants. Grow perennials and sell them at the farm entrance, or like I say, the garden centres. Maybe you've got a friend that's got a farm shop and you can sell them at that farm shop, or you've got friends and family who like to plant their gardens up through the summer. You can sell them to them. You don't have to make a lot of money on them because they don't cost a lot to grow, so it's a really good way of making money. Bedding plants, perennial plants guys, I guarantee you'll definitely make money from them. Another thing you want to think about guys is composting, because my friend takes all the horse manure from my next door neighbour, he takes cow manure from another guy up the road, and he leaves it for around about 3 years. He does have a digger to turn it over, and his first plot that he's going to be selling this year is around about 3 or 4 years old, but he's got lots and lots of other stacks, so next year he'll have a big pile to sell on. The year after he'll have another big pile to sell on, and he'll just keep getting it in from next door and from the guy who gives him the cow manure. So composting can be a massive business. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for today. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, and you should subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of more upcoming videos, hit the bell button. Thanks again to all my patrons, and if you'd like to join the Patreon scheme, then the link's in the description below. I'll answer any personal questions you might have. Thanks also to YouTube membership. I really appreciate the support. Till next time guys, my name's Craig. You've been watching A Small Farm Life. Make sure you take care of yourself. Most of all, take care of the family. Be genuine guys. Bye for now. See ya.